want to thank you for joining us on this edition of Polk Place. I'm Brian Lacey, and gonna talk Visit Central Florida and the Welcome Center, and we're going to talk all about that. I want to introduce you, first timer on the show, Justin LaFerriere. He's in charge up there, man. You walk in, you see the place, his fingerprints all over it. Let me introduce you to Justin. How you doing, man?
I'm doing great, Brian. Pleasure to be here, buddy.
The experience manager, huh? That's a kind of a cool thing.
Yeah.
You know, go back to the early days. You've been a part of this for 19 years.
Right.
And the Polk County Board of County Commissioners recognized back in the day that that area right at 27 and I-4, exit 55, was prime real estate because all the visitors that came through. And when they said, hey, we're going to invest in this, but we need something unique. Talk a little bit about the Welcome Center itself.
Yeah. So back in 2007, when the doors opened on March 17th of 07, the intent behind the Welcome Center, speaking to your point about location first, the Northeast Corridor obviously is the most rapidly developing portion of the county. The commission didn't necessarily see that 19 years ago, but what they did see is that Davenport is situated 7 miles west of Walt Disney World, largest theme park in the entire world, 80 miles to either coast. So we're dead center of the state where we're at there in Davenport. And 27 is that main thoroughfare coming out of Orlando down deeper into the county. Having the Welcome Center there gives us the opportunity to engage with 25 to 30,000 visitors a year just at that facility, educate them on what Polk County has to offer, and keep them in Polk County longer so they're spending their hard-earned dollars here with us. Now, in the build process of the Welcome Center, what do you usually think of when you think of Visitor Information Center, right?
Just pamphlets, things like
Right.
that.
You know.
And what you guys have up there is so much more.
Exactly, and that was the intent behind the design for that building, was that we wanted anybody that walked through that front door to really kind of be punched in the mouth, so to speak, with a wow factor. That's the first impression of Polk County for many of those visitors. We wanted to start it off with a good impression, so when somebody walks in the door up there, they're greeted with a biplane coming out of the ceiling. There's really engaging graphics all over the walls. There's obviously friendly staff there at the front desk. We've got free orange juice. Besides the state welcome centers of the state line, I don't know of any other welcome center that offers free orange juice. But it was all about making an impact in that first impression. So it would give our team the opportunity to educate those visitors on what Polk County has to offer and hopefully get them to spend more money while they're here.
And the cool thing about it is you don't just, and we heard it in the opening. Yes, it's important to get those tourism dollars and the people on vacation, but also here we are blessed to live in Central Florida where we're not too far away, and some of the coolest things are right where we live. Yep. You're touching those that can do staycations and offering great things to them. Talk a little bit about that.
Man, do you want a job? You're really good at this marketing thing.
I hang out with you a lot.
That's true. That's true. You're not wrong. We are fortunate to be in a destination that offers such a diverse array of different things to see and do, right? You know, obviously proximity plays a part in our marketing efforts, but our different assets that we have from a tourism marketing standpoint speak volumes to our visitors and our residents. We would be remiss to not go after our residents and ensure that we're educating them on what there is to see and do as well. We know through our research that about 52% of our visitors coming to the destination, one of the primary reasons they visit are to visit friends and family. So as a tourism marketing organization, we need to educate those quote unquote friends and family, our residents, about what there is to see and do. So when their visitors are coming into town to visit them, they're going to eat at our restaurants, play in our parks, and visit our attractions versus going over to play at the Mouse's house or to the beach in Tampa or whatever the case may be. So that's why we've actually changed the name to the Welcome Center. We used to be the Visitor Information Center, and a few years back we changed it to the Welcome Center, specifically for that reason in speaking to our residents, because we listened to them, we heard the feedback. They said, well, I don't go to that place because it's a visitor center. Yeah. Okay, everybody's welcome, including residents. So let's make sure they know that. And something as easy as a name change was an easy lift for us to undertake, and obviously it's paid dividends for us because now we have the capability, or not the capability, we have more residents coming in because they understand that their welcome is alongside the visitors. So it's paid huge dividends in terms of generating economic impact, for the destination.
As a manager of the experience itself,
Yep.
there are two terms that come to mind, and you recognize the importance: dots and cats. And honestly, when I heard it, I was like, and I've been hearing this forever.
Yep.
But explain how you recognize how valuable your volunteers and those within the hospitality industry are.
Absolutely. So DOTS is an affectionate term for our volunteers. It stands for Diplomat of Tourism and Sports. And those are individuals, mainly retirees, that love the county and that want the opportunity to engage with visitors at our Welcome Center in Davenport and educate them on what they love so much about the destination. We couldn't do what we do if it wasn't for our volunteers. They supplement PCTSM, or Polk County Tourism and Sports Marketing, to the tune of close to $75,000 to $80,000 a year in labor cost savings. That's essentially 2 jobs that these volunteers are providing to us in just their time and their love for the destination. And then conversely, or congruently I should say, are CATS. Again, another affectionate acronym which stands for Certified Ambassador of Tourism and Sports. Some DOTS are CATS, not all CATS are DOTS.
Edie Brickell and the New Bohemians. Drown me into shallow water before I go too deep. Do explain.
Yes. So the Certified Ambassador of Tourism and Sports, it's a relatively new program that we started about 3 years ago. And it is a program that is specifically aimed at hospitality industry professionals as well as our local residents. Anybody that's passionate about the destination, that wants to learn more about the destination, and wants the opportunity to get firsthand experience in visiting those vast attractions, or those vast array of attractions, throughout the destination. So those individuals can take a free online course, 30 minutes tops, really deep dive into all of the various activities, things to see and do, some light guest experience stuff, how to really talk to a guest, and just some education on the destination, so that, again, when our visitors are coming into market and they're engaging with our residents, or a front desk clerk at a hotel, or a server at a restaurant, those individuals aren't saying, there's nothing to do here, you got to go over to Orlando or Tampa.
Yeah.
We want those individuals to say, oh, I love 1961 in Lakeland, or I love Harry's Old Place in Winter Haven.
Yeah.
We want them to really be passionate and showcase their love for the destination when they're engaging with our visitors. If I could get the 5.7 million visitors into this destination through the front door of the Welcome Center, I'd do it in a heartbeat. I know my team educates and engages and converts. They create economic impact for the county at an 80% rate. I can't do that. I can't get them all there. So these programs, specifically the CATS program, are integral to our mandate, really, of converting visitors into customers for Polk County and increasing spend while they're here.
One of the things that we discussed, one of the taglines with Polk County is we have 554. Well, when the Welcome Center was built, we had 554,
right.
And then when this, what we're getting ready to lead into, come about,
Yep.
we said maybe 555, but they nixed that. But we did get 555 with the water ski lake.
That's right.
But talk a little bit about the things that you have on hand, the experience with the bass fishing capital,
Sure.
the experience with the water ski capital,
Yep.
and especially I was telling you before we even started this, I was up there about 6-8 months ago, man, and picked up some of that citrus honey.
Yeah.
I mean, talk a little bit about those things specifically, what they can see within there.
That goes back to my point earlier, too, about ensuring the Welcome Center was really an experience in and of itself for our visitors. When you walk in, again, you're greeted by that biplane coming out of the ceiling. But beyond that, obviously we've got the free orange juice. To your right as you walk in is our Purely Polk Marketplace. That is our gift shop, our souvenir shop, that really highlights local vendors, local companies, things that are unique that a visitor could pick up that they may not get anywhere else. To your point about the honey, we have a couple of different vendors that we offer at Purely Polk Marketplace. Layton's Honey out of Haines City and Bee Haven Honey out of Lakeland, unique to this destination. But we highlight Davidson's of Dundee, Rafa Natural, Bach Tower Gardens, among a multitude of other vendors there in Purely Polk Marketplace. Again, going back to that experiential side of things for our visitors.
Did we get any of the whiskey bent flavors up there yet?
Heck yeah, we did.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, we did. We got a full array. And sauces. They're making sauce now. Yeah.
Oh, see, that's a ruck for me to get into Lakeland, but it's easy for me to get up to you.
Come see me, man.
I did not realize that.
Absolutely.
Very cool.
You know, beyond Purely Polk Marketplace, we are home to the USA and Water Ski and Wake Sports Hall of Fame and Museum, the only one in the entire country. Now, we celebrated 4 years ago now the 100th anniversary of the sport of water skiing worldwide, but we celebrated it here in Polk County. Arguably, we're the birthplace of show skiing, not the birthplace of water skiing. That was Minnesota. They get the claim to that. But with Cypress Gardens and the history there, you could make the case that we were the birthplace of show skiing. And it just made too much sense to not have the Hall of Fame and Museum there at the Welcome Center. It really was a feather in our cap from an experiential standpoint, something that you can't see, again, anywhere else in the country, let alone at any other Welcome Center. That tells the rich history of the sport of water skiing and wake sports in the destination. We actually have the original water skis that Ralph Samuelson used in 1922 when he decided to cut a board in half and ski behind a boat for whatever crazy reason. You can't pay me enough to do it, man.
You know, I look at our boys that water ski that you work with, and I still ask Mark Jackson, I'm like, where did you even come up with this?
Yeah.
He said we had to have something to do on the lakes in the summer because they were fishing on them during the winter.
That's right. That's right. Nice segue into fishing for the Welcome Center. Polk County is the bass fishing capital of the world. 554 lakes. You'd be hard-pressed to find a lake that doesn't have bass in it. And at our Welcome Center, we have a 500-gallon tank in the back of our building that has a largemouth bass in there. But out back, we also have what we affectionately call a nature discovery dock. Visitors can go out there and experience what it may be like to visit one of our 554 lakes, not necessarily Champion Lake at Lake Myrtle. But it has the natural flora and fauna out there, but in the lake itself, or the pond itself, largemouth bass, bluegill, brim, the occasional gator shows up.
Yeah, sneak in.
We then have to get relocated, so we don't want anybody losing a finger or anything. But we wanted to ensure that we highlighted the destination in the most unique way possible, because that's what it's all about from a tourism marketing standpoint. Is what's our niche? What's that competitive advantage from a marketing standpoint to get visitors here and ultimately get them to stay longer and spend more money while they are here?
And I think one of the coolest things that you guys do is take the show on the road.
Yeah.
And by take the show on the road, once a year, we are the spring break capital for pilots, if you would say.
Yeah.
And
you're not wrong.
The Welcome Center out there, you guys are on top. I mean, I am amazed at how you guys are on top of this is what we have for hotel openings. This is what we have this. Talk a little bit about the Welcome Center at Sun and Fun.
Yeah, so 1 week out of the year, we get the opportunity to go out and activate a Welcome Center at the largest convention in the state of Florida, the second largest fly-in in the country, as they welcome more than 200,000 visitors into the destination throughout the week. We'd be foolish to not be out there for the largest event that's in the entire state. But you know, it takes a team effort to stand up that facility, be there from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., 6 days a week, 7 if you count the setup on Monday. But again, for us there at that Welcome Center, just like the Welcome Center in Davenport or any of our other satellite locations that we have throughout the destination, beyond the Welcome Center that we operate on a daily basis, Sun and Fun is about engaging, right? How many people can we engage with? How many people can we educate, influence, inspire to spend more money in the destination? They're coming in here. Pilots are a little difficult.
Yeah.
Most of them come in with just a plane.
Yep.
But thankfully, we've got great partners there at Sun and Fun Aerospace Expo in the city of Lakeland that provide various assets like a shuttle service. Yep. They ensure Uber and Lyft are accessible to get people deeper into the county. But that's what we do while we're out there, is really just like we do any other day at our Welcome Center in Davenport, is educate them on what's unique, what there is to see and do, And if they don't have a plain wing to camp under or an RV to camp at while they're out at Sun and Fun, like you mentioned, we make sure they have a bed to put their head in, excuse me, while they're in the destination as well.
You had mentioned, and we talked about taking the show on the road.
Yep.
But if you can't take the show on the road, you might as well bring special events to your facility. Talk a little bit about those and what people should look at and how they can get more information on those special events throughout the year.
Great segue there too. We do have those events throughout the year. They're not just one time during the year. We really try and focus marquee events throughout the year, so we're not missing the seasonality of our visitors. We give everybody an equal opportunity to be there, but those events as well are really about creating local brand ambassadors out of our residents alongside the CATS program and other initiatives that we have. But it gives my team the opportunity to get a large amount of people through the Welcome Center in a truncated timetable and educate them on not only what the Welcome Center has to offer, but of course on what Polk County has to offer. And we try and tailor those events to unique interests, unique likes of our residents and our visitors. We have a great spring training leadoff event to welcome the Tigers back into town for spring training in February. We do a phenomenal Easter event where kids can come out and find as much candy and eggs as they want. And we've got some unique, cool events coming up as well. A food truck rally here in the next week or so out at the Welcome Center. We've got a back to school event where we actually give out 400 backpacks to local community kids, stuffed with school supplies to get them ready for the school year. Beyond other things, of course, you can come out and take a picture with Santa as well in December. But the best place to find information about any and all events that we have at the Welcome Center is through our website, visitcentralflorida.org, or on our social media platforms at Facebook and Instagram. And I will be precise to say, follow us at Visit Central Florida Visitor Experience. Visit Central Florida, our main brand, has their own platforms, but if you want to learn about the events specifically at the Welcome Center, you want to make sure to follow the Visitor Experience accounts.
One of the things, as I sit here and listen to you talk, everything you speak about is we and team and us.
Absolutely.
Talk a little bit, there's a story of after the hurricane, a farmer walked by and saw a turtle on top of a post. And the farmer realized that he didn't get there alone. And you too realize that you're where you at.
Absolutely.
And with your us and we and team, you know that you don't get there alone.
Yeah. Much like I said with our volunteers, we couldn't do what we do without them, but the same and then some can be said for my team, specifically on the visitor experience side. We are the public-facing arm of our organization. We're in the thick of it on a daily basis, engaging with people, educating them, ensuring we increase spend in the destination. And my team, I'm the type of leader that breeds loyalty. I believe in loyalty personally. I've been loyal to the brand for 19 years. I love what we do. I love what I do. But that trickles down to my team as well. And I lead through example. I cultivate loyalty to me as a leader, but to each other, more importantly. They believe in each other. We call each other a family. We see each other more than we actually see our personal families in most cases. So we enjoy working together, and it shows through the work that we provide to our visitors and to our residents alike. We're covering at any one point in time 5 welcome centers throughout the destination on a daily basis. Not to mention the work we do at sports and special events on the weekends, Sun and Fun fly-in as well on an annual basis. It takes a team effort. It takes a village to do what we do and to significantly move the needle from a revenue generation standpoint and increase in economic impact for our county.
The job is tough, but the job is fun.
Right. People ask, why are you doing it for so long? We're literally talking to people that are on vacation on a daily basis. They're happy. Do we get the occasional, issue? Sure, just like any other place would. But 99% of the time, the people that we engage with are here for an event. They're here to visit family, or they're here on vacation. They're happy.
Yeah.
Why shouldn't we be happy as well? Plus, we get to meet people from all over the world. We've had 95 to 100 different countries come through the front door of the Welcome Center, all 50 states, So you're meeting people from all over the world, generally having an interest in those individuals, learning about them, building that mutual connection, and then educating them on what there is to see and do in the county is what it's all about. My team loves it. My team loves taking care of people. You know, it's fun to go to work every day. For me personally, my team is what makes it even more fun on a daily basis.
Well, Justin, I want to thank you for coming in and joining us. And when we have those special events towards, you know, as it gets cooler,
Right, right.
Come back and see me, man. Would love to help you promote anything you've got coming up. All right?
I'll hold you to that, buddy.
The premier welcome center for Polk County, located at the heart of Central Florida. The Welcome Center is located in Davenport on Highway 27, a half a mile south of Interstate 4 at exit 55. You can pick up brochures and coupons from area attractions, restaurants, and accommodations. For help with finding your way around Central Florida, chat with one of their volunteers who can help you plan your visit and provide insider information. Visitor Services is dedicated to helping you plan your vacation. For more information, go to visitcentralflorida.org/visitor-services or give them a call 863-420-2586. If you enjoyed that episode of Polk Place, I invite you to like, share, and subscribe to the channel, and even check out the next one.